On stormy nights beside the sea, stories grow as tall as the waves that pound the shore. They spoke of sea serpents so long they could coil around a village, heralds of great waves. When the ground trembled and the sea pulled back, they imagined a serpent's body.
In painted walls and carved beams, you can still see these serpent tails wrapped around the memory of tsunamis.
On quiet nights, elders told children of a long, silver snake that rose from the deep as a warning. Its body they painted like a blade of silver, with a blood-red crest running from head to tail.
For generations, children learned to fear and respect the sea through these images.
The serpent, they said, lived far below, rising only when the sea itself was about to change.
A tremor here, a strange fish there, and a story grows that binds them into a single warning sign.
But myths often begin with real sightings, fragments of truth wrapped in layers of fear.
Fishermen sometimes gazed into the depths and saw something long and pale gliding beneath them.
Too long to be any normal fish, too slender to be a shark, it slipped past and vanished before they could name it. They called it what they knew best, a serpent, a dragon of the sea, an omen of moving water. Without cameras or science, the only record was memory, sharpened by fear and retold around the fire.
Today, we have another name for this so-called tsunami serpent: Oarfish. Regalecus glesne, the oarfish, is a real animal, long, silver, and stranger than most legends.
To meet it, we must leave the village and descend into the midwater world, where light is thin and shadows are long.
Here it is, an oarfish, a living ribbon of silver with a red crest, gliding upright in the dim sea.
Its body is laterally flattened like a blade, its dorsal fin running in a bright red line from head to tail.
The head is small, the eyes surprisingly large, and the red crest and oar fins give it a regal, almost mythical look. Unlike most fish, oarfish often hold their bodies almost vertical, hovering like a banner in a gentle current.
Seen from below, it truly looks like a serpent's shadow falling from the sunlit world above.
Yet this so-called sea serpent does not smash ships. It eats small prey, plankton, and fish larvae.
Its silver skin reflects the weak light like polished metal, making it glow softly in the darkness. It lives far from the coast and far from human eyes, in a world with almost no landmarks.
Up close, the details match the legends: the red crest, the endless length, the serpent-like shape.
Its large eyes help it detect faint light and shapes in the midwater gloom.
Some individuals may stretch more than 8 meters, longer than a car, and long enough to be called a sea serpent by surprise witnesses.
Its fin rays are delicate, like threads of red silk, not horns or spikes.
Sightings come from many oceans, especially where deep waters rise close to coasts. Usually, we meet oarfish when something has gone wrong. Storms, sickness, or upheavals push them toward the surface.
Imagine you are out on a quiet day, the sea calm, when something impossibly long rises from below.
A ribbon of silver slides alongside your boat, topped with a red crest, head lifting toward the light.
For a few seconds, it looks exactly like the serpent from old paintings, risen to inspect the world above. No roar, no splash, only a quiet presence, long and alien, before it slips back into the blue.
This brief encounter can leave a lifetime of stories behind it.
When such a creature appears near shore, what else would a frightened witness call it but a sea serpent?
Today we can place the serpent and the oarfish side by side, and the resemblance is undeniable.
But how did this real animal become linked to something as enormous as a tsunami?
In some stories, a strange fish appeared on the beach days before the sea came roaring inland.
People remembered both events, the strange fish and the great wave, and stitched them into a single cause and effect story.
Modern records show oarfish strandings and earthquakes sometimes happen near each other, but not reliably.
Many tsunamis pass with no oarfish in sight, and many oarfish appear when nothing large happens afterward.
Science teaches us that coincidence is not prophecy. Patterns can be misleading when we remember only the dramatic stories.
Sick or injured oarfish may drift upward, closer to the surface, where people can see them for the first time.
Storms, currents, and changing water conditions can bring deep water animals into shallow zones.
To a watching village, it might look like a messenger from the deep, rising to warn of something big.
But the sea does not send warnings just for us. Its patterns have many causes, not all meant as signs.
Scientists today agree. Oarfish are fascinating, but they are not reliable tsunami predictors.
For the oarfish, the village, the myths, and the warning signs do not exist. Only currents, light, and food.
It is adapted to a life of slow, energy-efficient movement in the thin blue twilight of the midwater.
Its size is monstrous compared to its prey, but it is not a monster in the way legends imagined.
Most of its life may pass without ever approaching the coast or the surface.
It is not at the top of the food chain, just one more unique shape in the ocean's long list of forms.
To learn more, researchers now go to sea not with myths, but with measuring devices and cameras.
They map the layers of life in midwater, hoping to catch a glimpse of the oarfish in its own world.
Sometimes, an oarfish is brought aboard by accident, caught in nets, or found floating in distress.
Up close, its details match what we've seen in the deep. Silver ribbon body, red dorsal fin, red oar-like pelvic fins.
They measure its length, weight, and proportions, turning astonishment into data.
Even up here, out of water, its face looks more delicate than frightening. When possible, scientists return living oarfish to the sea, respecting that we are visitors, not owners, of its world.
It vanishes the same way myths say it appeared, quietly, slipping between worlds of light and dark.
Back on land, samples reveal how oarfish are related to other fish and where they may travel across the globe.
Ocean currents may carry them far, guiding their silent journeys beneath shipping lanes and storms.
Their midwater homes and our earthquake zones overlap in complex ways, not as simple warning messages.
The conclusion? Oarfish are extraordinary animals, but not reliable messengers of disaster.
In some places, elders now teach both the old stories and the newer science side by side.
The serpent of myth and the oarfish of reality meet on the same page.
Today, we rely on instruments and evacuation plans, not strange fish, to warn us of tsunamis.
Sensors on the seafloor and buoys at the surface listen for the subtle signals of dangerous waves forming.
We honor the old stories, but we trust our safety to the tools that can truly measure the ocean's power.
Far below, the oarfish continues its quiet life, unaware that it has been cast as a prophet in our stories. Its eye sees only patterns of light and movement, not futures or destinies. What seems like a sign to us is, for the oarfish, just another day of feeding and drifting. Its design is perfectly tuned to its environment, not for prophecy, but for survival. When it needs to move, a subtle change in fin motion carries its long frame through the quiet water.
On the surface, under the stars, we continue to search for these elusive ribbons of silver.
Many dives return with nothing but dark water and the soft snow of falling life.
Every unusual signal triggers a spark of hope. Could this be another oarfish? For a second, the light finds a long silver form, crest bright red, eyes reflecting back curiosity or indifference.
It does not understand the machine watching it. It simply leaves, as it has left countless other shapes behind.
On the ship, every few seconds of footage is priceless, another puzzle piece in the life of a legend.
Little by little, those notes will become patterns, and patterns will become understanding. From Japan to Mexico, from the Atlantic to the Pacific, similar shapes appear on different screens.
What was once rumor and rumor alone is now a documented species with a growing biography.
Oarfish belong to a family of ribbon fishes, each with its own strange interpretation of what a fish can be.
Every fin and scale tells a story of adaptation, not superstition.
Yet our minds will always see patterns and meanings in shapes like this.
The challenge is not to erase old stories, but to place them beside new knowledge.
In the hands of a new generation, the sea serpent becomes both myth and real animal at once.
Old charms and modern warnings share the coast, reminders of our long conversation with the sea.
We still feel humbled by waves and deep water, but we face them with better tools and better understanding.
Meanwhile, the oarfish continues its silent journey, unaffected by our stories, warnings, or fears. It carries its red crest like a crown, not of prophecy, but of evolutionary history. We will see it only rarely, and perhaps that is part of its power over our imaginations.
From above, you would never guess that such a creature is gliding quietly far beneath you.
The sea at dawn looks calm, but it holds stories older than any village.
Among those stories is a long silver fish with a red crest, mistaken for a serpent and woven into tsunami legends.
Tonight, we have met the real animal behind the myth, the oarfish, the so-called Tsunami Serpent.
From painted scrolls to preserved specimens, from frightened witnesses to careful measurements, the picture has changed.
If the deep sea fascinates you, take a moment to like this video. It tells us these journeys matter to you.
Tell us in the comments, do you see oarfish as pure myth or as a misunderstood sign of a complex ocean? And subscribe to Ocean Depth Mysteries so you don't miss the next real monster waiting in the dark below.
Each episode brings us closer to the animals that once lived only in our stories.
Some will still feel like monsters. Others will feel like neighbors we are only just meeting.
The scenes you've seen are cinematic recreations, grounded in real species and current science.
No real animals were harmed in making this story. Our aim is to educate and to inspire respect for the ocean.
Remember, most of Earth's life is hidden beneath surfaces like this one.
If you haven't yet, watch our colossal squid episode next, and meet another creature that fueled deep-sea legends.
Each creature we understand brings us one step closer to seeing the ocean as a living, connected world. Respect the stories that guided our ancestors. Respect the science that guides us now. Respect the sea that will outlast us all.
In that balance between myth and measurement, we find a deeper kind of awe.
You are watching Ocean Depth Mysteries, where we turn sea legends into real living stories.
Below, you'll find more journeys into the deep. Click any of them to keep exploring.
Whether your coast is calm today or stormy, the deep continues on in its own rhythms. Somewhere, an oarfish is gliding through blue twilight, unseen, but no longer unknown. Stay curious. Curiosity turns monsters into mysteries, and mysteries into knowledge. Stay respectful, because not everything we meet in the sea exists for our stories. Stay with the ocean, and it will keep surprising you, one strange creature at a time. From a distance, it's just a patch of blue. Up close, it's a universe of lives and legends. Perspective can shrink the ocean to a dot, or expand it into an endless frontier. For the oarfish, it is always twilight, neither night nor day, just the dim comfort of the midwater. For us, each new day is a chance to rethink what we thought we knew about the deep. Thank you for joining us on this journey, from Tsunami Serpent to Oarfish. This was Oarfish, the Tsunami Serpent of legend, from real monsters of the deep.
Some legends fade when we find the animal behind them.
Others become richer, deeper, once we know the truth. The oarfish is no longer a pure omen of doom, but it will probably always feel a little magical.
Between storms and sunshine, between myth and measurement, the ocean keeps its balance.
Our cameras will return to this darkness again, chasing the next real monster of the deep. End of Episode 3. Oarfish Hwerd, Tsunami Serpent of Legend.
With the dawn comes a new perspective. Though this chapter closes, the journey ahead is vast and full of possibility.
And so the cycle completes. The ocean sleeps now, waiting for the dawn to break again.
Third black frame, preparing the absolute end.